Let's start with legalization federally, which is not going to happen, but would be such a big deal. But I wonder more about states that are desperate for revenues. Are we going to see more states legalize cannabis?
I don't think there's any question about it. We've seen a dramatic increase in utilization, and I think especially as a result of COVID. States have declared cannabis dispensaries as essential facilities. And so it's yet another indication of the role that cannabis is playing across the country. So you're going to see increased pressure across the country to find ways with which to utilize cannabis, and I think you're going to see even more legalization.
Yeah. And Kyle, over to you now, specifically to your decision to go the SPAC route and what it's going to allow. Obviously, it allows you to go public in a relatively rapid fashion. But how is it going to change your approach in terms of running the business, if at all?
Yeah, I don't think anything changes from the day to day, but being able to access the NASDAQ as a federally legal cannabis company, I think is quite amazing. We've made a lot of strides internationally. We've partnered with Canopy Growth. We're the first company in Colombia to ever export legal cannabis, but now having that currency on an exchange with the prestige of the NASDAQ, I think, is immense, and that will enable us to speed up our commercialization internationally. And possibly, if there is legalization in the United States, we might be able to begin to import our products to the United States.
Hey, Kyle, it's Deirdre Bozick here. When you were on in December, David Faber just referred to that. You said that you guys were targeting free cash flow positive by mid this year. I'm just wondering, where do those plans stand now? You raised money in April, now going public through the SPAC route. Where does that stand?
Yeah, we're a little behind. You know, COVID caused a bit of commercial interruption. For those that weren't aware, they actually stopped international air cargo flights from Colombia for almost 3 months. So, you know, we're a little bit behind the pace in terms of commercialization. But I think, you know, if we look back to our Canopy contract, or, you know, we announced a very big supply agreement with Canopy's Latin American division a couple months ago, I think you're going to see more moves like that. More rationality is setting into the industry. You know, Canopy was able to take advantage of an asset-light business model by working with us, one of the largest but lowest cost producers in the world. And hopefully, I think that means great things for 2021, where we expect to now be cash flow positive.
Kyle, you mentioned more rationality coming into the industry. I mean, you're becoming a public company arguably a couple of years after there was this gold rush feeling out there where there was, you know, new public companies, it's excitement over decriminalization and legalization across the country. Are we still waiting for the kind of basics to be set in place for this industry to actually kind of make good on those ambitions? Because it does seem as if a lot has happened before it's become, I guess, fully mainstream and available everywhere.
Yeah, I think I've always taken a very long-term approach to this. We never wanted to go public too early. I think a lot of companies, especially in the cannabis industry, have missed, you know, regulatory filings or SEC filing deadlines. We wanted to wait and take our time and make sure we did it right. I think holistically, I believe we're in the second inning of a 9-inning baseball game. You know, the international markets are still very early. You know, we haven't proven to the world, or nobody's seen a U.S. federal legalization. So when our products are showing up in New York City and Los Angeles, produced in Colombia, produced in Portugal, now I think we're really going to see what the Clever Leaves engine can do.
Senator Daschle, got to take advantage of your being with us to ask a question on the ongoing negotiations between Senate Republicans, the administration, and the House. I mean, I know you're a private citizen, probably with only as much access as we have to what we're hearing and the interviews that we do and what we read. But what's your sense as to their ability to get to a deal potentially?
I don't think there's any question, but they have to come to a deal. The demand across the country from states and localities, from hospitals, from working people, and from just about every sector is you've got to get a deal. You've got to find a way to resolve your differences. Come to the table and compromise. Give on both sides, but let's get this done. The stakes are just too high not to do it.